Start off with Vamanacharya. Now, what we've seen is quite alarming over the last several years, but also quite interesting. In fact, if you had caught on to our News Night special that we had just shown before this discussion began, we saw a notable reduction in the particulate matter 10 levels between 2014 and 2019. That doesn't necessarily indicate an improvement in air quality. Perhaps it is just a relative change over here. So, are we still in trouble?
Yeah. As more and more vehicular movement is there, not only particulate matters which are at PM10, there are particulate matters which are still smaller than that.
PM 2.5.
We call it as to signify 2.5, but that includes anything but less than PM10 to PM1. All this wide range, broad range of particulate matter, that includes dust, that includes pollens, that includes the vehicular dust, carbon particles. All these things put together cause a pressure on your lungs. You inhale, anything that is absorbable is okay. Lungs absorb. Lungs have a great capacity to absorb pollutions. But if the limit increases and the pollution is continued thereafter also, the cells in the lung become hard. We call it as becoming fibrosed. They become hard. They try to digest that particle and slowly use it, but there is a limit for anything that happens to the lungs also, lungs cells or lungs tissues. Slowly that goes on creating irritation in the lungs, and the whole lungs, which is very smooth, fluffy and expandable, becomes hard, less expandable, and lot of dust particle gets settled into the lungs. That increases the pressure of vascular blood transportation in the lungs, because ultimately it is the lungs which will purify your blood, which will take out carbon dioxide, put more oxygen into your blood.
Understood.
Because of this, what happens, continuously there is a pressure on heart, because heart has to put its pressure and send more and more blood to get it purified, because whatever walking you do, exercise you do, or the body requires so much of oxygen, has to be somehow inhaled and absorbed from lungs. For this, there is an increased pressure on lungs, there is increased pressure on heart, there is increased pressure on vascular system which carries all this. So totally put together, the whole system from lungs to heart gets damaged.